All right, everyone. Now I'd like to thank everyone and welcome everyone to the Sci Fi Sciciety Podcast, Volume 11. And for the first time, we have a newcomer, Sam Torres. Welcome to the stream, my brother. And he's also, a very well-known and a veteran of the Godzilla community. And of course, you guys know my partner in crime, Jedi Granville, aka Walter Lavelle Ross, and we are the Sci Fi Sciciety. And as you guys have already seen the thumbnail, we will be covering season 2 of the anime Netflix series Record of Ragnarok. And a lot of people already know that me and Walter already did a podcast for season 1. But now I'm glad that we actually got, somebody else into it who's also very into it, who got really he literally said and messaged me, Sam, bro, I want more. I want to see more. So,
Yep.
but honestly, I'm really glad to have you guys and everybody who's watching. Let's just tear it up, man. Let's just get straight to it. And I want to start off, like I said, with the newbies, and let me get to the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And we got, there we go. We got Gojiri51, Ready Clip. Hey, what's up, man? How you been, bro? I haven't seen you in a while. Good seeing you. And man. So, man, season 2, Record of Ragnarok, blew. Okay, I'll just start off. Blew the fucking shit out of my mind, bro. I mean, season 1 was good, but when I saw season 2, it was took it to a whole other level. Hercules, Jack the Ripper, Tommy Biden. They added Buddha, and then we got Shiva.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm come on. And then Loki, Odin.
Right.
I love, you guys know, anybody who watches it
in his mind.
I love anime to its core, and also because it's a part of me, because I grew up with such a warrior mentality, and hard times make hard people. So I'll just say this, man. Since we're gonna start it off, and we got Sam, like I said, who's the newest member to the Sci Fi Sciciety. Sam, I know you didn't catch us on season 1, so I would just say, real quick synopsis, man. What did you think of Lubu, Adam, and Kojiro Sasaki before we get to season 2?
Okay, Lubu, I didn't know much of. It was great to see the way that that they rolled him out, and in the way that he handled himself. Adam, mind blown completely. Did not expect that. Came to it how against Zeus?
Yeah.
How? But then when it started, and okay, so that's how. But it was fantastic to see it kind of just evolve, and then for the guy that never won anything, the samurai guy, did rather well. Finally won his first match, but all those years, look at the synopsis of that, of all those years of just fail to that one defining moment where he comes through, and when he needed to, it came through for him. So it was pretty deep. But that's what I like about it. It's just that it isn't just casual, mindless violence. It has a purpose behind it. Each and everything that they did and the way that they broke it down. Oh man, it's just captivating. You could just sit there and just like a little kid and just watch it, and it'd just be amazing. Go back and watch it again and still have the same expression. So yeah, but
no, exactly.
I really loved it. I really wanted more. Yeah. Oh God, yes.
No, definitely. Like I said, me and Walter, we did an extensive review for the Sci Fi Sciciety, and me and Walter really, Lubu was just straight badass, straight up fucking. He went at Thor. He's like, I don't give a shit how powerful. I don't give a shit. You're the god of thunder. I'm gonna fucking take you on one-on-one. I don't give a shit who you are. And then Adam threw a curveball because Adam was just so like, man. I mean, you're underestimating a guy who's smaller than you, and he beat the dog shit out of Zeus. Like he
almost had him. Almost had him.
Eric Glasgow, what's up, my brother? Welcome and thank you for hitting up, the Sci Fi Sciciety Volume 11, man. And we're getting down. We got Sam, another G-Fest, veteran, and everything. And man, but no, straight up, but yeah, like, and then but the thing about Kojiro, I mean, like Adam did his thing, man. Adam went toe to toe, died, whatever, but it was Kojiro that, like, to me brought, like, this guy is really like an underdog. Like he's like a 70 who knows old man, and he literally killed the most savage and most powerful of the gods.
Right.
He Poseidon. I mean, this is fucking Poseidon, bro. I mean, I'm like, we talked about it so much. We got into it. We got deep into detail, but now we talk about season 2. And everybody knows who's watching, if people who are really watching, who really follow Record of Ragnarok, now it's Hercules and Jack the Ripper. And I mean, I gotta admit, man, like we're not gonna try to hold on. We're not gonna try to run this too much because we all know that it's a long fight. It's a very long fight between Hercules and Jack the Ripper. So, and I mean, anyway, man, like it's like freaking. We'll just start with the fact that we already know that Brunhilde, who I thought was just an ice queen, I thought she was literally just a freaking, like, she was so cold. Like, she is so cold, man. Like, I want to win. That's it. I don't want to win. I don't care about. And her little sister goals, like, she's the one that's like kind of like the pacifist. She's the one that's always crying over who dies and this and that, caring about her sisters. Right. And this time, man, we didn't know that Hercules has a connection to both of these women. So we're like, what the fuck? Right. We're like, wow, okay, and dude, Hercules imposing motherfucker. Like, I mean, we only saw him in season 1 when he just came out in the chariot, but they didn't give the backstory once we started off with season 2. So it was so insane to see this guy is like at least like almost 7'7", freaking has tattoos and has such a gentle side to him when it comes to the Valkyries, especially to Brunhilde and Gaul. And we're like, wow, man. And then he even tells Loki. Loki comes at him, hey man, you know what this and that. And he's like, Loki, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm gonna do what I want. Don't tell me what the hell to do.
On the side of justice.
Exactly. Like, and he says, and then Loki, exactly, Sam, you called that out. Exactly. He's like, he even says like, oh, whose side are you really on? I'm like, I'm on the side of justice, as always, as I always am. And I didn't know to realize, well, I mean, if anybody knows Greek mythology, yeah, Hercules was a very big, he was a very big influence on Greek mythology, and he wasn't even considered a god. He was one that was actually, he was actually immortal. But, like I said, everything changes. This is what I love about this kind of anime. They make fantasy and fiction into something that's, you just throw a little bit of here and there, and it's great for me, in my opinion. But anyways, I'll start off, and I'll start off with Jedi Granville. I'm gonna move real quick. I'm gonna say what I say, and then I'll move it to Jedi Granville, and then so we start off, and then the fight's gonna be there, and then Hercules on a whim said, okay, you know what? Jack the Ripper asked for a certain kind of handicap. He's like, oh, well, can we fight in, was it 18th century's London or something? So I'm like, okay, cool. We can do that. And I think that was that was a big mistake on his part. But as far as that goes, even Hercules said, like, man, right when he saw who he's gonna fight, he goes right away and he says, okay, Lubu, Jack is nothing. Lubu, freaking Adam, and Kojiro Sasaki have honor. They have honor. Like, they have honor. and I'm fighting this piece of shit fucking, freaking, how do you say it? Like, dude, he's a murderer. So anyway, like I said, I'll start there, and then even Hercules is like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna wreck this motherfucker. I'm gonna do this, and now I'm gonna pass it to my boy Jedi Granville. We'll try to make it as quick as possible. We'll try to break it down as quick as possible. And now I'll leave it out to Jedi Granville, bro. Hit it up, bro. Take it away, man.
But look, Hercules really did, and I think he underestimated this person, because even I did with Jack the Ripper. I'm thinking, like, it's like he's going to take out Jack the Ripper like 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, pretty much it, But all that time when he's fighting him or doing something to him, you thinking like, well, how is even Jack the Ripper got an edge? He's, like I say, he's this fucking killer, he's just somebody, it's very disgusting,
Demigod.
But the simple fact is, when he goes up against Hercules, you think like, okay, it's going to be a quick sweep. It's like, nope. He's got something in his pocket that we think, and that's a what you call throwaway. You think that he's actually got something in his pocket, his knives or something like that, that's actually doing him some damage or whatever. It's like they're little footprints letting you know right away. No, Jack the Ripper's got an ace in his hole. Right. He's been manipulating this shit so well that it's like, wait a minute, because I'm catching this put aside. It's like, wait a minute, is he actually kind of getting the edge on Hercules? How's that possible? Hercules is this big motherfucker, and like I say, Jack is just this puny little son of a bitch. It's like, there's no way that can be possible. You find out in a heartbeat that, okay, we know about the Valkyries, how they, give the humans these kind of what you call weapons.
Weapons.
Yeah, I'm like, what weapons? He ain't got no weapons. I mean, if you got about their lives, like, they ain't doing shit. You throw it at Hercules, he'll break them or whatever. You come to find out, this guy, God, this Jack is so good. He has been playing Hercules all this time, and when you find out what it is, I'm like, holy shit! You get sucker punched with this. The gloves he's wearing, because even Hercules saying, you cannot do anything to me because it takes a divine power to beat a divine spirit like him. His gloves can turn any physical whatever inanimate object into a weapon of divine power.
Into a divine weapon.
Yep. Divine weapon. And anything he touched, because when he was jumping around doing this and everything, he's literally taking everything he's touched into a weapon. London has become his background, his playground to fight off Hercules. And even Hercules, when he gets his arm cut off, he's kind of like, wow, I mean, that's amazing. And the people in the crowd, the humans, are just like, how's this piece of shit winning? Because I'm thinking he's about to lose. I think his ass is about to lose Jack, I'm thinking like, because when they say Hercules got this uppercut where he can do something to him, the 12 levels, I was like, okay, he's going to take him down. So be it. I'm good. Nope. All this time, Jack's been rolling like a sucker. He's been playing everybody, the audience, the God, everybody saying, okay, you think I'm nothing. You think I'm a piece of shit. Guess what? I'm about to show you I got the shit. And when he takes out Hercules, like, damn, it's like, and I say to myself, we see about the backstories of both Hercules and Jack, but the fact that he was able to take out Hercules how he did, I was just like, whoa, we know that his story was kind of sad. Go ahead.
No, but I'll add to that, man. Remember, the backstory about Hercules was like any other, like a lot of the other stories that start even in the beginning of Record of Ragnarok. They're all tragic in some way, but like Hercules, man, he was always a man of honor. He always tried to do everything the right way. He tried to do the good thing. And honestly, when he tried to save his own people, because literally, remember when they mentioned, like you said, you're going to the backstory, Ares and the gods wanted to, they wanted to do another, hey, we're gonna destroy the humans and we're gonna restart civilization, do all that shit. And Hercules is like, no, he's a freaking skinny he's a human being, bro. And he says, he stands up against Ares, bro, and Ares just kicks him and he goes fucking flying, almost dies. And then, but remember, like I said, to speed it up, because it's a long story. If you guys would have watched this, you guys know who's watching. It's a long, very long story. So I'll just say this: there was always this little thing on one of the statues in Greece. I think it was, I forgot what spot it was. I mean, I don't know what it was, but it was Thebes. It was a Thebes. I think it was Thebes. Yeah, it was Thebes. And there's this little bottle, on one of the statues of Zeus's hands, and it's called ambrosia. And literally, ambrosia, anybody knows, it's supposedly it's the blood of Zeus. So this motherfucking skinny guy who always tries to do the right thing, even though gets his ass beat, tries to back up his friend and everything, he's always getting his ass beat. Ends up growing up into a decent, man, and then he stands alone against Ares and the army, and Ares just freaking whatever shoves him, almost dies, and he said, "No, fuck this, I got to do the right thing." Drinks the ambrosia, and then fucking everybody thinks he's dead, and then he comes up and he fucking has white hair, built like a fucking monster, destroys and annihilates all of Ares' army, and it's only him and Ares going toe to toe, like throwing down like two gods, like whatever. Even Ares is like, man, this guy's like, he's just a human, but he just took a little bit of Zeus's blood, and he's matching me blow for blow. I'm like, yeah, but anyways, like I said, it goes from there. Zeus comes in and says, look, you should become a god. Is okay, well, there's always a stipulation. If I become a god, you have to spare humanity. And he actually did, which was crazy. I'm surprised Zeus did it, but like I said, stories got to move. Stories have to have plot. Stories have to have freaking foreshadowing and all this stuff. So that's what it was. And now getting back to, like I said, now I'll get back to what Jedi Granville was saying, and he's like, look, man, Hercules. I mean, he did a lot of the labors, he went through these labors, man, that he said, oh, I have to labor this, and he has tattoos, right? He has a tattoo on his rib cage. Every time he uses the labor, it tears into his body and fucking seriously hurts him, but it gives him so much power. It gives him so much strength. And now I know why they held Hercules back, because that was very, very, very smart on the creators and the storyboard and everything, the people who were in the story. Because look, man, that was awesome. When he says, like, before I get to Sam, when he gets to, okay, look, Jack has done this, Jack has done that, he stabbed me, he chopped off my hand with a fucking whatever. Walter just called it out. Jack the Ripper, his Volinder was his gloves. Everybody thought it was his satchel. No, it was his gloves. And everything he touches, even if it's a pebble of rock, can turn it into a fucking weapon. And you're like, wow, holy shit. But the thing about Hercules, though, Hercules like, is that supposed to scare me?
Right. As you standing there with no arm?
Like, am I supposed to be scared just because you have this and you chopped off my hand? He's like, am I really supposed to be afraid of you? And that's the thing that got me. I swear to God, man, what got me with Hercules, like, just like, wow, dude, like, this guy has no fear, not even of death. And he's like Sam said, I am on the side of justice as always.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, man, this, and then, like I said, I won't finish it off. I'll leave a little bit to Sam too. But hey, man, like I said, they went at it. Freaking Hercules laid it down to Jack the Ripper, and I mean, Jack the Ripper is a small, tiny little guy, man. But I mean, Hercules was so like he was so like, wow, this guy really. I shouldn't even have let him. I shouldn't even have agreed to the fact that he used the whole city. He was smart. He used his brain and cunning to do that. Yeah, because he knew, dude. Who would you think? Yeah, I'm a tough motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna go against Hercules 1-on-1. Fuck that shit.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. No, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I don't give a shit if it's I don't give a shit if it's the toughest guy in the world. Nobody's gonna go up against a demigod. So I wouldn't do it. But like I said, okay, from there, I'll leave it to Sam. And Sam, give us just your opinion, man, on the finishing parts of the fight, man, where Jack the Ripper came out of nowhere, man, and just he totally like just like Loki said, he freaking played us all.
Yep, exactly. So definitely.
Go ahead, take it away.
That's what I really dug about it, is exactly that you thought that this fight was loaded, ready to go in a specific kind of way, or more towards the way that he was going to get his ass whooped all over the place.
Exactly.
The whole want to fight in old London, I love that. I love the way that they threw that concept into there and made that a stipulation. But then, like you said, later on to find out that everything he touches becomes a weapon, and he's at home, and so anything and everything. And great swerve with the whole bag thing, making everybody think everything that comes out of that bag is divine. So it was kind of cool when it finally got revealed that it was his gloves. But the way that they went toe to toe, though, and that was a good classic brain over brawn, but not that Hercules was stupid either. But he's just more, realistic as to what's happening, where Jack is like making moves calculated all up in his head already made, and just playing them out, and they're panning right out the way that he wanted it to. Like you said, Loki said it. He played everybody, and poor Ares. I thought Ares was gonna lose his whole mind and die.
Yeah, man. I was
like, right. But,
oh my God,
that's what I love about it. It's like all of a sudden, then they pan over to Loki, who's all like, "Oh,
right?"
Loki's like, "I don't give a shit."
People and whatnot. I love that. No, man, I absolutely love that stuff. The way that the whole entire thing is put together, and just with the fight, I ended up found myself rooting for Jack the Ripper, because that shit was just straight up gangster badass that he pulled on everybody. I was like, that was a nice serious swerve, and you could see it. He got fucked up. Can't lie. Hercules did fuck him up something. Oh yes, But for it to end the way that it kind of did, I found myself rooting more for, well, that was me at that point, probably because I drank too much. But I was like, yeah, Jack, whoop his ass. So anyway, it ended up happening. And then when Hercules ended up getting killed, I was like, yo, hold up. That's so crazy.
And I'll say, like, it threw a lot of people off, man, especially me, who I read the manga. I read the manga, actually read the comics and the shonen. And I'm like, man, then like the way they did it in the actual series, it was like, it wasn't as close, but it was very close, but it was as close. But I mean, Jack the Ripper, it's like Jack the Ripper knew, man, or either Brunhilde told him, like, on the sidelines or behind the scenes, like, look, you're not going to beat him toe to toe, and you're not going to beat him. So if they were to think about it, and check this out, Walt, my brother, if they would have put them in just the same way they did with Lu Bu, with Adam, with Kojiro, you really think Jack the Ripper would have won if they just put him in a Coliseum against Hercules? Fuck no.
I mean, unless he touches the sand, unless he touches the ground, but no, I don't think so. Yeah.
Jack the Ripper would have just been another freaking body that freaking Hercules just smashed into pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's what I like about it. I like the fact that they put it into, like, look, man, it's not all about power, it's not all about strength, it's not all about skill, it's about strategy.
Right, using the brain.
And now I want to give this part before we finish off this fight, because this fight was so good, man. But come on, they went almost 6 episodes of this fight.
Actually, yeah, it was quite extensive. Yes,
it was an extensive fight, and I mean, come on, like freaking, I mean, dude, freaking. Before, like I said, before I throw it to my boy, Jedi Granville, freaking Jack the Ripper threw a freaking he threw a freaking skyscraper. He threw a building on Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
A divine building.
A divine building. Yeah, exactly. And Hercules, like, but this was when, before I get there, this was when Hercules already summoned the power of the Hellhound, Cerberus. This is when he already summoned the power of Cerberus. He's like, this is no going back. He said, this is no going back. I'm going to go all full out. I'm going to destroy you. And that transformation was kind of freaky, man. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, now shit's getting real. I'm like, shit's getting real.
Started going on in his body because the more he was using it, but he was
exactly. Oh, hold on. We got DJ Nubis, my boy, Scotty, bro. Yeah, man. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for jumping on the stream. And
what's up?
Hell yeah, bro. Dude, you just gotta see it, man. You gotta see it to believe it, man. And honestly, it's a great show. But like I said, I'm an anime freaking junkie. So it's like, but I'm surprised a lot of people liked it, especially my friends Sam and Walter. I was surprised they did, man. But holy shit, Michael Prince. Hello, my friend on Facebook.
Drew me right in. My cousin, he's a big anime fan, and he was the one that ended up.
Hey man, thank you for joining the stream, man. Thank you for joining and everything. And like I said, Red Clips. We know that shit, bro. You know that shit. And now, honestly, man. Now getting back to it. Okay, now I'm gonna throw it to my boy Jedi Granville, and this is where the story of Jack the Ripper, the backstory, is so like unbelievably deep, savage, yet brutal, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So Jedi Granville, play it out, bro, as quick as you can, man. We know you can. You're like a poet. But let's do it.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm about to hit you with some poetry now. But no. Like it says, it's a making of a monster. They say Jack River is a monster in that point. Thing is, he didn't, like so many villains, whatever, they didn't start out as villains. They didn't start out as these creatures or whatever. He had heart. He had, compassion. He had all these things. Mm-hmm. And it was for his mom. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, going into that, he's trying to do everything he could because he was a poor boy. He was doing all good for his mom. And he feels like his mom, and he believed that his mom really loved him wholeheartedly, without no doubt. Boom, bam, go from there. Okay, here's another, so-called throwaway in terms of, you get blindsided by the truth of it. His mom couldn't care less about his ass. She didn't give a shit about offspring that she had. She only had Jack to have the man that impregnate her with him, bring her into his life, something like that. Bring him into the world, because that's something that Jack was good at. He could kind of read people's emotions, their rhythms, and everything, whatever. Mm-hmm. So you figure like he read his mama right when she gave off that glow that he could see in his eye. He could see that, But it turned out it wasn't for him. It wasn't for her son. It was for that bastard that impregnated her to produce Jack. And when she says, "What's up, autistic?" Okay, what's up?
Lizard,
how you doing?
What's up, man? Thank you for joining the man. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday, man.
But
happy birthday.
To finish it off, though, when she tells him that he goes into a almost collapse of what happens, and after emotionally, that will fuck anybody up, bro. Like, shit. And that's what happened to him. He got so fucking destroyed mentally. That's when he turned into that.
The Ripper.
She went crazy.
The Ripper.
Right.
And this is where the Jack comes into play.
The Ripper.
Play.
The Ripper.
That aura color changed and he snapped.
He snapped big time. He did not, and I don't know if that's just so true with the fact, but I don't think there is because there's not much about his backstory. But we can only summarize that Jack only started out becoming a monster because his mom was a monster already. He came from a monster, and somehow he inherited that monstrous monstrous feel, and only because he was learning the truth about his whole world and it got destroyed. His mind became, I'll help you, Mom. I'll take care of you. It's just kind of, I'm like, oh my God.
That's some shit, bro. That's some freaky shit what you just did right now, bro.
But that's the I had to be effective with it. This is exactly how he became. He became this monster that we see. And he went, not just killed his mom, but he went out to his father. And after that, it's history, whatever he came. You know, he became a legend. So,
and even though, and you're right, man, and it was, see, that's the thing about life, that it takes something that's so traumatic to trigger and change somebody, man. And I'm glad that they go through these, like Walter said, even before we even did this live stream, we talked about it all the time. And we said, look, these backstories is what makes this great. It's what makes animes like this very
heart.
Exactly. Because the heart gives it, it convinces the viewers to be like, don't get me wrong. That, I mean, what they said about Jack the Ripper, I'm pretty sure it's not true because, nobody knows because that shit was fucking, 18 something. But at least anybody who can turn nonfiction into something that's interesting, that's the best part about it. And that's why you call it being imaginative, using your imagination, making shit good, making stuff that it's just like Godzilla. Like I mentioned it, just like Godzilla, man. It came out of an idea. This is an idea. Yeah. And like I'm saying, anyways, man, but hey, bro, like you said, man, that was brutal. And then now when, and now we're gonna get to the part where, dude, because pretty much it looked like pretty much Hercules was gonna smash him. He was gonna smash his ass. He was done. And then dude, like I guess you could tell that Jack was so like, you know what, I gotta use what I have. And he used every single little thing about it. And hey, what's up, Anthony Jordan? Jordan, my boy, with Beyond Exhausted, but jumping. Hey, bro, thank you, man. Thank you, bro. It's all good, man. Trust me. This was a long series too, bro. You probably would have fallen asleep halfway, even though it was that good. Yeah, but thanks for joining. Hey, what's up, little Loki? Oh, we got little Loki. What's up, little Loki? What's up, Loki, man? We got a lot of people. I didn't expect a lot of people to jump on, man. It's like this is crazy, man. But no, but thank you guys for joining and everything. But no, man. But like I said, I'll finish it off, man. When he went at it's like he knew he was hurt. Like Jack was super hurt, man. But he's like, you know what? I want to win. I want to win. In what the way I see it in Jack's eyes when he was living, it was all about survival. It was all about survival. You need to survive. So he turned. He's bleeding from who knows how many places. He uses that blood and turns it into a weapon, and he freaking skewers fucking Hercules in the chest. And I was like, I swear, when I saw it, I was like, no fucking way.
I was gonna say, like, did that just happen? It's like, no.
I just why. Exactly.
You're right.
What?
Okay. From there, so from there, man. I'm gonna say this. I'll go to Sam. I'll go to Sam, and then I'll go to Walt. What went through your mind when freaking Jack the Ripper pierced fucking Hercules' chest, dude, with both his hands?
That, man, like I just said, I stood there like, my eyes are like completely open and round. I was like, no shit. That to me was like all for nothing, last ditch move. This is it, But wow. And I was like, he like went through. He's in there
all the way.
I was like, damn, bro. So yeah, what I love, it was just savage, but it was just like, wow. Yeah, it was, man, to I can't even describe it, Dan, Jesus. It was just, it really encapsulated like the height of the whole entire fight to that one dramatic moment, and it was like, oh, this shit is through. Yeah, he can't come out of that. That was quite evident right then and there. But yeah, I knew that he was going to try to do like a all or nothing move, but just didn't know what it was going to be. So when that popped straight out like the way that it did, I was like, oh shit. But wow, yeah, that was something though. You ain't gonna see that on Saturday morning cartoons. Nope.
Right.
No. Oh, dude, if they would have showed that back then, bro, we would be all fucking murderers and psychos.
No, instead we got anvils and rocks and shit.
Right.
No, but okay, now I'll drop it to my boy Jedi Granville, bruh. What did you? I mean, I knew you knew what was coming, but it wasn't that suspect.
Not like that. In fact, the best way I can describe it, how I saw it, is kind of like how Willem Dafoe was in the first Spider-Man, and when that glider comes at it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of what hit me. Like it was like, whoa, okay. I was like, because I really didn't think it was going to be that. A, he's going to get him like that, and B, he was going to be that brutal. And I'm just like, wow, because I still thought Hercules was going to get the upper hand in some sense, but Ripper just literally ripped him. He ripped him.
Yeah, lived up to his name. Yep.
So that's how I feel. I was just like, okay.
Walter, what was like, dude? I swear, when I saw it, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a fearless man, and I've seen a lot of crazy shit, especially either on TV or I've done shit myself. But when I saw freaking Jax, both of his gloves go through his fucking body, you see it go through the back, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. I was like,
you were lost for words too, weren't you?
I a part of me was like, that's good shit, but I'm like, it's fucking Hercules though. I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck, man. Right. And I literally thought that he was gonna just, take off freaking Jack's head.
Yeah.
And now we'll get to the final part, which is real warriors will be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you go out dying, okay, cool. But you know what? This guy, man, to me, it was like just too nice and he was too caring. But I was like, nah, you know what? I'll give him a send off as a warrior. But it was like, man, he could have. You know what? He honestly, when Jack impaled him in the chest, Hercules could have smashed his face. It could have been a draw. That's
where I thought it was going.
It could have been a draw.
I swear to God, I thought that's where it was going.
What is a noble motherfucker? What is a noble guy that thinks about everybody else but himself? Mm-hmm. I still love humanity. I was like, no, Hercules, what are you doing?
Yeah. He said, because that shows how noble he really was. That shows how much his heart was in the end. He still said, I still love humanity. I still, like, wow. It was like, but that shows how pure heart he really was, even though he was taking down somebody, was trying to take down somebody who was the scum of the earth. But it was, he still say, I love humanity, regardless. That's how it was. Just because you get beat down, you don't break your character from what you were or whatever you were. You still maintain that. And that's what he did, Hercules.
But remember, Jack wanted to see his fear. He wanted to see. I want to see fear, because that's what it said in the backstory. Jack says, "I love fear." It's like a aura. It's like a blood. It's like him seeing fear is like blood for a vampire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, junk comes to that.
And then he even told Jax, like, hey, look at my heart. What do you see? Is my color changed? He's like, no, you have beat me. You have defeated me. Mm-hmm. Even Jack said, you beat me, because and even Hercules said, I will never show you fear. I will never give you fear.
Right.
And even Jack was like, "Fuck, you beat me." He's like, "You beat me. Like you literally beat me. Like you didn't show me no fear." Everybody showed him fear. Jack the Ripper,
Right.
you know, in the backstory, everybody showed him purple, showed him dark purple, whatever. It was fear.
Right.
Hercules, nothing. Went out like a fucking warrior. Fucking went trained like a warrior. Went out like a warrior.
Like a G. That's what it was.
Dude. No, go ahead. Add to that, Sam. Like, what was that? It's a Latino kind of thing too, bro. Like, we're not gonna go out.
Right?
It was nice because even though he knew that he was on his way out right then and there, he still just let it known that he came to terms with it. He's cool. He did everything the way that he wanted to do it and did it his way, and it came out to be. That's it. The code he lived by, the pride he had. It was beautiful. It was nice. It was really cool to see.
Thank you. It's like if only he had a sword. He's only get his fucking samurai sword and look, man. I'm going out the way No, that's why I wanted to see it. And that was the best part. Like to me, that was the best part. Like about the fight. It was a long fight because, like I said, if you would have gone step by step by this, it would have been a long ass fucking stream.
Yeah,
it was a lot of good stuff, man. Like honestly, it's like I will say this, man. Hercules, like showed me some freaking what do you call it?
Intestinal fortitude.
He said like what do you call it? My boy texted me. He said what do you call it? No, he showed no fear and went out like a warrior, like all warriors should. He went out like a warrior like that. Didn't complain, didn't say he apologized to Brunhilde and to Gol.
Right.
And then Gol was we gotta get to Gol. We gotta get to Gol and Brunhilde, and you can tell. Like I always thought Brunhilde was the Ice Queen. She was the Ice Queen. She's like, she don't give a shit. Whoever dies, I don't give a fuck if they die. Whatever. I'm just trying to save humanity.
Until she got
yeah, but behind those curtains, behind them doors, it's just like any other person. Look, anybody who watches my channel, watches anything. Look, man, I'm a badass motherfucker, and I'm a tough motherfucker since I was growing up, man. But look, there are times, anytime, I don't give a shit how strong you are, know how tough you are. When something hurts, something happens, you lose a loved one, you lose this, you lose that, bro. Yeah, real guys will never show it to everyone or no show it to most people, but when they're by themselves, we cry like little bitches. We cry like little bitches. And I'm saying that as a freaking honestly, bro, because dude, I've always held in shit my whole life, bro. But when shit went down, when shit got crazy, I never showed nobody. But when I'm by myself, that's my alone time. And that's where a real warrior will always let out his true emotions.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That shows that person has a heart in some sense of where that person only has so much they can hold back, and then it's like I can't do it. I got to be away from this, to actually release myself, So,
well, what I'm saying. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is like we're not like in the dark ages and shit like that, where motherfuckers have to do it to survive. I mean, we're civilized. We know who we are, but we know what pain is. And anybody who says, oh, I'm too hard, shut the fuck up. I'm saying, like, shut the fuck up, dude. You probably crying on your own little self when you fucking try and act hard, but when you go home, you cry like a little girl. I bet you, because I know so many guys who are like that. I know so many guys who thought they were badass and they're like calling me, bro. I thought it was tough. Like, no, well, you're not tough. Well, obviously you're not. Well, like I'm just saying, But anyways, like it's a warrior code. Like any guy has to be strong. When it comes to losses, you have to be strong. You have to be a man. But this was the part where I thought this is where nobility and courage and just being the man that you're doing shit right. This is what Hercules left off. And it was after that. But now we're going to get into we already know what Brunhilde is not an ice queen, obviously. Sam?
No,
Brunhilde's she's not an ice queen.
Not at all.
She's not an ice queen.
Not an ice queen, right?
So Sam, what did she go and do? What did she go and do?
Oh, that. Oh man. Oh, well, This one thing that I've learned from the show is like what you think is gonna happen. No. You know, because even something simple like Buddha, you think he was gonna be like a big old jolly dude. Oh boy, he's just like a California surfer guy, just all chill.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
But I think she got plans with I think she's gonna empower herself at some point in time and throw herself into somebody. I think if it's gonna come down to a so-called tie situation, that she's gonna sacrifice herself, or maybe even little Goldie, her little because you got a little bit of backstory to her, but you don't really know a lot about her, you know. So it could be something that you could throw as a swerve. But
I was gonna say, man, what did she do when Hercules died?
Well, she lost her cookies.
Exactly, bro.
Once she was away from Goldie at that point, you seen that she put on that brave front, like oh, it ain't shit or whatever. But the moment that door closed and she got up by that pillar thing, she lost her whole mind. And but you could see that something vengeful coming out of it. Well, yeah, she's gonna do something bad. I think it's gonna happen. Something very bad is gonna come.
And you know what? I think before we get to the badass Buddha, I think she went to him and said, "Look, I can't do this by myself." And I bet you Buddha's like, "Okay, I'll help you." And then enter the fact that we'll get past real quick that Ares was crying like a little bitch over freaking Hercules' death. It's like, oh, he wasn't my best friend, he was my lover. It's like, I'm saying, like, almost, dude. Yeah. And I was like, I mean, dude, he was like, oh, Hercules. I'm like, come on, bro. I mean, come on, dude. Like, come
on now.
Yeah, and then like, Zeus gets pissed. Zeus is like, no, this is not working, man. Right. We're losing. And then even like Hermes is like, man, well, you guys are not paying attention. You guys are underestimating them.
Fuck it up.
Right.
Hermes told him that you guys are underestimating them. You're underestimating them. And then Loki's like, I can play it off, and he goes away, and then so does Zeus, and then okay, here we go. Enter Buddha.
Sucking on a lollipop.
Right.
Yep.
Happy as hell.
Yep. Sucking on a lollipop, just not giving a shit, wearing flip-flops like I always do. Wearing flip-flops and freaking just what do you call it? He's like, you don't shit, bro. Has his fucking hair all beat up. He's all shredded. He's all shredded and shit. And then he comes up and then he says, Buddha, what are you doing? And then Buddha goes up to, he's like, so what do you want? A fight?
Right.
And then Buddha's like, he's like, you want to fight? And then Loki's like, no, why would I want to fight? Why would I want to fight? Because he knows
better than that shit.
He knows how to fuck with him, bro.
Right.
He knows it. And then, after that, he's like, no, Buddha, are you helping the humans? He's like, what if I am? And he's like, I'll kill you. He's like, oh, so you want it? Oh, so you do? You want? Is it whatever? And then here come the dumbass fucking. It's the seven gods of fortune, which is so stupid. It is so stupid. I know. Yeah. Ebisu. Let's tell you about Ebisu. Ebisu, the guy with the fish on top of his head. The guy with the fish on top of his head, and he has a gun with a fish in it.
That's what I was about to say. Fish, yeah.
Dude, I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like, really, dude?
And then he goes up to Buddha. Is like, remember Buddha? And then Buddha's like, he's like, yeah, I don't got time to, listen to stupid like guys like you. I can't even finish my lollipop, and what? I'm tired of all your speeches and whatever. And then Ebisu goes up to freaking Buddha, and then Buddha just shoots that little fucking shit that he bit, and he fucking put it through Ebisu's hand, and then, dude, you saw that part. Freaking Buddha's like, oh, he screams with him. He's like, oh, that hurt.
Right. Simultaneously screaming with him. Yeah, that's funny shit.
Like you keep watch. Look at it, man. I gotta put that up there, man. This shit is fun. No, but okay. Well, I'll pass it to Jedi Granville, man. From there, they're talking and they're bullshitting. So take it from there. Take it from there, Jedi Granville.
Oh God. While this is going on, a couple of the humans come into play, coming to so-called coming. I don't even say coming to his rescue. I mean, they come to save, they come to rescue. But the thing is, Buddha is like, I really don't need your help. I mean, it's like these guys ain't really shit to me. I mean, but if you want to come and get in the playground, get in the sandbox, come on in. And we see the return of what's his name?
Kojiro Saki.
He comes back in. I was like, whoa, he's back in here. He's back into this thing. But he's with these other two guys, and they say, we'll defend you and everything. But Loki does something that Loki, he's been all this. He's a person. He's a trickster all this time. And and the thing about that is, he looks at the other guys, because they ask him like, Loki, are you trying to protect this motherfucker? Pretty much verbatim, But Loki turns upside down, and he gives this kind of, no. What makes you think that? Like, shit,
why would I want to save him?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why would I want to do that? Because once he turns around from him and says, like, what makes you think I was going to defend you? You think I was going to defend you? No. It's like, wow. It was so funny. I was like, Loki's on another level that I didn't realize he was. But once the humans came in and the gods, Hope with the fish gun, the one with the fish gun, he tries to shoot at Buddha. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There you go.
But no,
hi,
Buddha. Buddha,
Christy.
Homo with the fish gun. He shoots at Buddha, and he just does a Matrix thing, a Neo thing. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And Buddha just says, oh, you just destroyed the fountain, man. What the hell? It's like,
no, hey, Buddha goes. He's like, oh, you just destroyed the fountain. Oh, was your puberty rough?
Yeah, I'll talk shit to him. Yeah.
Oh, and, hey, Christy, I'm sorry. We're just having a good time. It's just good to see you, though. Good that you're there.
Yeah, we're getting down, and Walter's on his A game right now, man. But Walt, check it out, bro. When Ebisu shot, and he's like, I didn't buy all of this and this and that, and then even everybody's like, dude, this is Buddha, bro. You can't just whatever. You can't just do whatever, and that's when what do you call it? Soji Okita, the next participant for the humans comes out like, hey, why don't I just kill all these freaking gods? Let's kill all these gods. And then he's like, why not? And then Buddha's just looking like just like this. He just
entertaining that idea, maybe.
Yeah.
Buddha was way chill though. That's what I liked about him.
Buddha is he is so just like so calm. He's so zen. He's just like, if y'all want to fight each other or whatever, it's like, go ahead. I mean, I'm gonna probably just stand back and just watch. I ain't gotta really do it because when homeboy threatens him for a second, he has that big almost fireball, whatever it comes produced behind him. He's like, it's like, you want to go? It's like, okay, Buddha is badass shit here. He is really a force to be reckoned with. So I was like, okay, I'm thinking maybe it's like he's a pushover too. Like, don't underestimate him. He's not that.
I knew when Zeus came up to him and they had that little conversation right then and there, the level of respect that he showed him. Because Zeus didn't just come straight out and try to smack him around and nothing. Nah, they went civil.
Right.
He tried to maintain that, like, I respect you. I know you could probably whoop an ass, but left it at that. Didn't want to get into it. You could tell. Even that. See, Zam, I agree. Odin and Zeus were like, they were coming up to him like, hey, just trying to tone it down a little bit.
Tone it down. And then Buddha's like, shut the fuck up. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'll do whatever. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Just because you're the Norse god and the freaking Greek god, you think I'm gonna fuck? You think I'm gonna give a shit about you, man?
He's like homeboy on South Park saying, "I do whatever I want."
Right. That's right.
And see, that's where I was like, oh, that's when you know, like, see, that's where the introduction of Buddha, bro, was like, oh, dude, is like,
you know,
Buddha's like, everybody's after him, and he's like, I don't give a shit. He's like, come at me. He's like, come at me. I don't give a shit. Come at me.
Right.
And like, even when Odin, whatever, like, and even Zeus was like, he didn't even point at him. He says, just try not to make too much trouble. And he's like,
right. He laughed it all off on him. Right.
He's like, come on, Zeus. The only person that can tell me what to do is me.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Even Odin didn't even say shit. I was like, right. I'm not gonna say
nothing. Right.
You can't say nothing. You like, still, you ain't gonna say nothing. How can you say anything in this moment? It's like Buddha is pretty much saying to you, you ain't nothing to me. You know, right. It's almost like exciting, but right. This one really has it in the bag of saying, no, don't come at me. He's like, you can come at me, bro, but be prepared for repercussions. You know.
Check it out. I'm gonna put it right here. Check it out.
Okay.
The louder talk.
It's in Japanese. I love it in Japanese. It just sounds better.
Yep.
That's Soji Okita.
Okay.
They're from the Shinsengumi from Japan. They were a police force back in the Edo period.
You know your stuff, man. Shoot, give that to you.
I'm simply amazed that you guys remember all these names.
神様の旦那、余計なお世話だったら悪かったね。じゃあね。しあい。ほれほれ、喧嘩は終わった。私も早く戻るかい。それと、あんまり揉め事を起こさんようにな。
He's just like, laugh, dude. In Japanese, I would have heard that.
動かすことができるのは
with flip flops and everything. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo!
Dude,
look at homeboy, like, oh, good grief, yeah.
Yeah.
He walks off like, fuck you. He's like, right. Fuck you.
Turned his back on him and walked right off. Didn't give a shit.
And you know, the funny thing is, them two birds that's on what's his name shoulders. They're like, they ain't saying shit because it's like you say something, you're gonna be bird, you're gonna be chicken. Pretty much it.
No, but okay. No, hey, well, now we know how badass. Now we know how badass it is. And I was so glad that I wasn't expecting Kojiro Sasaki to come back.
I didn't either.
And then, but the other two guys that you saw, those are the Shinsengumi, but those are also other competitors. So their other competitors are gonna go. They're gonna go on to Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like the way that ended with like the locker room scene. You know.
Yeah.
You know, there are other.
That's a good. Yeah.
You know.
That's why. What do you call it? That's why Kojiro was like, "Hey man, why are you guys picking on this guy? Like, why you ganging up on him?" He's like, hey, and then he even looks at him and says, hey man, I'll give you my sword, bro. I'll give you my sword. And then he said, and that's when Soji comes in with his main man. And they're like, hey, what the fuck, man? You guys got a problem? Is there a problem here? Is there a problem here? Like Boys in the Hood. Is there a problem here?
Right.
Is there a problem?
We got a problem here. We got a problem,
Right?
But that just to me, that was like, oh my god. To me, that got me so pumped, man. I was so pumped. I was like, oh my god, this is getting good. This is getting good.
See,
okay, now
that little just let's just add on, that little interaction made me realize, even after the Hercules Jack Ripper fight, it's like just keeping you invested with this show. It's keeping you rich with all this stuff, because I wouldn't expected all of that, but it kept that kept you entertained. And I was just like, okay, something's going on. And then, like you say, I was like, dude, I hope this kind of rectifies something, but I know that it ain't going to get off, because it's like, no, there's a whole lot of shit going on that is going to come later. It's like, I want to see this. I want to see what's going to happen. You know,
that's where the I want more came into play.
Exactly. Hey, remember, Sam? Remember you even messaged on one of my posts, bro. You said, I want more.
That's definite. Yes. As a matter of fact, that was the first thought process that hit my head with the very last scene, well, the locker room, but Jack being where he was at the doorway and seeing that the little girl was about to get bullied by the other people, but yet at that moment showed a little bit of compassion as to to defend her, like, oh yeah. Is there a problem? But, the way that he was, it seemed kind of smooth, but that showed like a different likable side to Jack the Ripper, if there is one. For gold.
No, yeah, we'll get there. But I'm saying, I just wanted to mention, man. You guys were talking. I don't want to interrupt, but Autistic Lizard, man. Just want to let them know right here that I can't wait either, bro. Sci-Fi Century can't wait to have you on my podcast show soon for Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Yeah, we and him are doing Godzilla vs. Destroyer. We're gonna recover Godzilla vs. Destroyer, man, and cool. I'm almost close to bro. Hey, man. Hey, I love that movie, dude, and thank you for the invite, and much appreciated, man. And yes, bro, I can't wait for us to do that freaking review, man. It's gonna be bomb, dude. Godzilla, when he came and told me, man, when he said, "Oh, would you want to do Godzilla versus Destroyer with me?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to fucking do Godzilla versus Destroyer." Yeah. I just thought I'm like of all people, I was like, why me? I'm a little guy that I'm a little channel that just sticks around in the corner, bro. I don't fucking get out.
That's not a question to ask. You should say, why not?
I'll love it, man. Yeah, but Autistic Lizard Productions, bro, Brendan, bro, I'm honored, bro, and I'll be waiting for that. I'll be waiting for that, and thank you for joining the stream, man. Much appreciated.
Definitely.
So now I just want to speak about the entrance, and then I'll leave the rest to Walt. Mm-hmm. Now they have to go find the next fighter, the next warrior, right? And they're going into this, and they walk into a Japanese style freaking house, and they got to go in there, take their shoes off and everything, and then it's Gold. Gold's not only is she like drama, but she's comic relief too. She's fucking funny as fuck, bro. Yeah. She's fucking funny. And then they're walking in, and we already know, me and Walt, we all know who they're walking in on, and she's like, man, there's all this food and drinks, and then when they walk in on somebody who just had a fucking orgy, and it's like freaking, and she's like, oh my god, what is this and this and that, and then you just see freaking, of course, Brunhilde's like, yeah, whatever, I already know this shit. And they're walking in on Tommymon Raiden.
Big sumo motherfucker, boy.
Exactly, bro. Like a big fucking motherfucker. No, motherfucker. The way you said it is an after statement. This motherfucker is huge.
Right. Yeah, he is.
And he's all, and he even before when Brunhilde's like, "Oh, get the fuck out," whatever, and he's right there. He's still sleeping. He's scratching his balls. I'm like, oh my god.
Like, yeah, what's up? Trying to throw game at her.
He's like, oh, like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm catching my balls. Why not? And then
watching that scene, it's like, damn, how many women did you have? You know, when she told him to get the fuck out, you know, it's like,
right.
Damn, you had all these women, man. Shit.
All over the place.
Dude, but like I said, man. But it was funny because he just did it. He gets up, he's like, you just woke me up when I was actually really sleeping really good. And then he tries to come at her like all aggressive, and she's a Valkyrie, bro. This is while he's human. So she overpowers him badly. So she catches his jaw and say, look, chill the fuck out. Right. And he's like, hey, gorgeous, like why are you so brutal? And he's like, no. He's like, you gotta do this, and that. And then Gaul's like, that's the Tamimon Raiden. That's Tamimon Raiden. He's like, this is one of the most well-known in history of Japan. One of the most well-known, like Rikishis. And people don't know Rikishi. That's sumo. Like that's sumo. And it's like, that's why I was like, oh my god, this shit is getting good. I'm like, oh yeah. So like they brought in the sumo stuff because I love sumo too, man. You guys gonna trip out, but I love sumo. Oh, yeah. And it's like, but honestly, dude, like after that, I was like, wow. And then you saw when I posted a few videos, Walter, is like, this is Raiden, and then Walter was like, which Raiden is he talking about? Is he talking about the Thunder God Raiden, or is he talking about Raiden?
Mortal Kombat is probably what you'll think of first, right?
Yeah. But this guy came from history. He came from actual history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
he was
dude, and then dude. No. You know what? I'm gonna leave this to my boy. At least to my boy.
Let me take this one because I gotta take this one.
When Brunhilde asked Thru to come in, Thru just breaks the whole fucking thing down, bro. And oh my god. Thru just comes in. She's like, hey there, what's up, lady killer? What's up? She's like, what's up, lady killer? Okay, well, I'll leave it to you after this, bro.
This is so funny.
I'm gonna leave it to you, bro. Because all I'm gonna say after this is like, you know what? I mean, he looks at her. She's a very big woman, like more built than any man that I've ever seen, and he just looks at her. She's like, she's hot.
Yeah, he's all.
He runs at her, dude, and grabs her like by the thing, and he's fucking like he's literally motorboating her. He's motorboating her, dude.
I mean, he motorboats her, and then he said, "I love big women."
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, I'm thinking he's going to be intimidated by this woman, but he's like, I love big women. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
He was all about it.
His face is like,
right.
And then, do it again, Walt. Do it again.
I mean, he's I mean, dude, I'm thinking, I'm like, no, he ain't just do that. I had to replay that. I was like, he's like,
then look up at her.
Dude,
I'm like, dude, no, but then when she's like, oh, you're just fucking around, but dude, after that, he gives her the straight look. He's like, I was deadly serious.
That's right. Yeah, all that shit stopped right there.
Yeah.
He let her know.
And then what did she start doing? She's like, ooh. And she fell for him. She fell for him right there. She's like, oh dude.
Yep.
That was, I swear, that was one of the most hilarious scenes I've seen in an anime in a while, dude.
I thought
when
it was
he just,
cool.
dude, he ran at her and just like boom, and he just like right straight to her, like to her.
He jumped, ran into her, grabbed her, and just went.
Right in between was the target, and he just
dude, I'm taking this age being serious, right? But that's what he loves, big women, so it's like. He's got to show some appreciation for it.
Man, he sure did. My boy was in there like swimmer on a fat chick. He was like,
but the only thing is this chick was more built than he was.
Yeah, that's the thing. She was stacked. Now I ain't gonna lie, but I give it to him when he seen that. Mm-hmm. But look, I give it to him when he motorboated. I'm like, wow. I was like, I was not expecting that. That was not expected. I didn't expect that.
Exactly. That was pretty sweet the way they did that.
Go from when after that they do the Volander, and from there, okay, you know what? Let me get to that, and I'll get to Walt before the actual battle. They have the sumo style entrances of the crowd and the people. How many people showed up, sold out, like totally traditional to a actual sumo event. Because trust me, bro, we all know
ceremony. Yep.
Hi. Arigato gozaimasu. It's Japanese, bro, they're very passionate about what they do. So like sumo is a big, huge thing in Japan. So they went like I'm surprised. Well, of course it's it's Japanese, but the way they did it, like they made it look like it was actual fucking like an actual sumo match in for the fight, for the entrance anyway.
Right.
And I was like, wow. I was like, damn, this shit is like, throwing. And then, oh, dude, I was like,
pretty authentic the way that they made it.
Yeah, because I love sumo, bro. I love sumo, dude. I love sumo.
See, and it's like instantly you can relate to it because you know it, so it embodies you and gets you, draws you right in.
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't just a 210 pound, flunky, I would love doing sumo, but I get my ass beat real quick, like in 2 seconds. So I mean, I would love doing that. But it's like what I love about it is the passion and the thing about it. And I'll leave it after that. Once the frog shows up, and then all this stuff. But like when Raiden showed up, bro, Raiden, like, I love the design, dude. Like when Thru did the Volander with him, he has this red coating over him, dude. I was like, wow, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be real good. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because I read the manga, but still, you can read a comic, but it's not like live action. It's not like live action.
Right.
See it. And now I'll leave it to my boy Jedi Granville.
Okay. I'm trying to get my head about I'm trying to remember. See, I'm probably jumping the gun because I know they go into the backstory with him about how he became who he is and whatnot. No, he started out showing how he couldn't walk as a kid. His muscles was like something like he couldn't.
He was 3. Yeah, he was 3. He was 3 and couldn't walk.
He couldn't walk, and it's kind of like it was some rare disease that he had. It's like whoa, okay, it's like he had this kind of rare deformity or whatever. But as it turns out, his muscles were fighting against him in some kind of way, which is kind of like that's kind of weird. How does your own body fight against you, able to walk, would do whatever, And it's because the father and the mother, it's like you can do this, you can walk and everything. And in time, he did able to do that. He was able to build that, but he couldn't go the full amount of what he was. He had to actually train his bones or train his muscles to
Well,
go. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just say, you forgot about the 100 seals.
I figured that's what. Yeah, the 100. Yeah, I said I knew it was something, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was. Yeah,
like he had to focus, like his other muscles had to make a defense mechanism, and call them the 100 seals. The 100 seals.
Yeah, that's what it was. I knew it was something along that line because it's like way he couldn't walk and everything. He had to do that with the 100 seals had to help him to actually perform to do these things, and he couldn't use all of them. He could only use like maybe one or two to really show his power. But if he used all of them, it would probably either cripple him or kill him. You know, that's just so how massive. It's like damn, really? I mean, this kind of thing is kind of sense. But if you think about it, it actually, as what Sam said, you know, is kind of, you know, familiar because some people do have that kind of, you know, ability, disability, whatever you want to call it. And you have to kind of, you know, train your body in some sense, again, to able to perform or do whatever. And he had to do the 100 seals. Yeah, I knew there was something I forgot. It's like the 100 seals was something that he took into practice and kept on practicing it so he can able to do what he was able to do when he got into sumo wrestling. It was like, wow. I mean, and the fact that, like I say, he was just, like I say, the baby, when he was a baby, is like, you know, you wouldn't think that this dude would grow up to be this massive, tall guy, 6 foot 5.
Yeah, he's huge, all right. Hell yeah, yeah.
6 foot 5. I mean, like, I've never known that there was some. I mean, I knew there's some tall people who in Japanese are tall, you know, but I didn't know there was someone back then, almost shit like Goliath size or whatever you talk. But I'm like, he's that tall. You know.
Remember what I told you. Well, back his history, and I'm pretty sure Sam knows. This guy goes back to history. He's actually a real person. He's a real person, bro. And in the 1800s, towards, you know, before the Edo period, or, you know, after like the feudal period of Japan, 6'5" is considered a giant.
Yeah. So
he was that's why he was so known and so revered, because he was, you know. But remember, back then the clans used to, you know, have power, and they didn't want a guy like him who came from a fucking small little village to fucking, you know, to overcome and all that shit. Because feudal Japan ain't no different from fucking Mexico, from fucking Puerto Rico, from fucking Iraq, Iran. Everybody wants power. Everybody wants power and wants dominance.
Yep.
And that's the truth. But the thing about him is, like, I'm glad they went with the historical part. And he said, look, he never had super muscle powers, but I'm glad they added it to the story, so it differentiates him from everyone else. That's why he was so strong, so powerful.
And
go ahead.
I was going to say the great thing about. Go ahead,
Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
I was just going to say, didn't he also, through his training, keep it from? He had power, but was only allowed to use so much because he knew that it would be too strong for whatever.
Yeah.
Down with that. So when he finally got to that arena where he was able to fight freely, you could see the happiness that came over when he was finally get to all out, you know, and that was just fantastic. But yeah, no, I just wanted to throw that in there.
No, but I was just going to add, because his whole thing was being what he was. He wasn't, like you say, he wanted more power, this and that. He wasn't even doing that for that. He was doing this to help his family. You know, he was doing this so he can help his mom and father out because they were poor. You know, this was the thing he was obligated to do in his mind, to do that, to go into these different places to make amends for his family, but also I believe it for his, if I remember, his village too. You know, so that was his whole. It wasn't for like glory or all this stuff. That wasn't his MO.
I'm sorry to interrupt you again. Well, just to let you know, on what they mentioned in Record of Ragnarok, they talked about the I think it was called the Tamil famine. There was a volcano around that time in the 1800s in Japan that actually brought famine, and when the volcano erupted, it actually destroyed a lot of the crops. There was no sun, the does it like that. He lived. So they're bringing all this shit up like through history, and I was yeah. And I looked it up. It's like it was called the Tamio famine. It's called the Tamio famine because like we don't know shit about that because we're in the States, but like if you go to like Hawaii or freaking Puerto Rico or Japan and China, they have when a volcano erupts, bro, and it's so big, it can disrupt everything.
Yeah.
Like when the ash will come if you're growing crops. The ash will destroy your crops, and then you can grow crops. You can grow crops, but if the ash is covering the sun and the sun and the clouds and everything, what happens if you don't give a plant sun? It dies. It dies. So
it will.
That's why they call it. That's why they call it the Tamil famine. So I love this part about the history. They put everything into perspective, and that's what I love about it. Okay, sorry, bro. I didn't mean to take you out. I'm teaching history and shit. I'm sorry, bro. Keep going.
I'm glad you did. No, you got my back. I got yours, because that's the thing about that. It's like I'm glad that you got that on there, because when I did the research myself, I was like, okay, this is what went down, and the fact that it did happen this way. I'm glad that it did incorporate into this, because like, you can make shit up, you can take liberty with whatever you want to do, with a show, movie, whatever. But they actually were accurate with some things with him and what went down. And I was just like, that makes it even more fulfilling, because I'm like, you just could caution the wind and say, forget about it, but they really put that in there. And I'm just like, I'm glad it added more to not just the story, but to his character and what he had to go through in order to do what he had to do, And I'm like, wow. And knowing that he had to do this with the thing that he had to deal with, which was the 100 seals, is like, this is what made him, I kind of looked at it. When I looked up his name and everything, I was like, wow, he really was this person. He was this kind of, ambitious.
He's real.
Yeah,
he's real. And like I told you, man, like all these guys are real, man. I mean, all these guys are freaking real. And
fantastic is just because of just that. I mean, even though they embellish, superpowers and whatnot into it, but still, having characters that are, through life's history, and that premise, of that battle between gods and man, even though they got the Valkyrie thing.
Yeah.
Still, to have a selection of the people throughout history, it's kind of really wild, because like this is our introduction to me in this type of anime. So, and I'm absolutely loving the fact, there's the Magna books over it and whatnot, and I've not touched any of those. So this was like my introduction to it, but I've enjoyed the shit out of this. But that makes it more time to go to the books too.
No, because like I have a tendency to want to look at the manga, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna buy the manga. I'd rather just watch the shit or wait to watch it. And that this is what I loved about it, because when it went back, like I said, went to Lu Bu, I never knew who Lu Bu was until I saw 2 years ago. I said Lu Bu was a fucking one of the most harshest, brutalist warlords in fucking the Han dynasty in China. So I'm like, wow, like that's and then they brought in Adam. Well, Adam's different. Like that's different, but then when they brought in Kojiro Sasaki, he's actually part of history.
Right. Another one. Yep.
Yeah, so no, but I mean, I'm not saying Adam's not. I mean, Adam said no. He said, they say, he was the godfather of all men. Right. He's the godfather of all men. But like it's like you said, man. It's like you said, they're bringing these people out of history, and I'm gonna tell them right now. You know what, Walt? I'm gonna tell them before we finish, man.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Sam. Before we finish, bro. Before we get to the finale, man. They're bringing in King Leonidas.
Yes. I did a little research and I seen that they're bringing in King Leonidas, Quinn. They They got a few that I was like, I want more is just like like now. I want it now. But God knows however long. Well, this is the second half that's coming, right? Because this was only the first half of the second.
They were saying because I do a lot of research and I keep my stuff with this. They wanted to go off of how it would be or how it would do, like how the Netflix show would do. But obviously, if you guys saw one of my posts before like maybe like 2 months ago, Record of Ragnarok was number 2. It was number 2,
right?
In most seen, shit like that. So everybody's loving it, and they want to see it. Like I say, they want to see that shit. And I would love to see King Leonidas. I would love to see Nikita Koloff, a fucking sniper. The guys from history,
right?
And then but I would also. But as a god, I would. They say Anubis is gonna join, bro.
Oh wow!
I would be like, no. I would be like, I would not want to fuck with Anubis. So like, no.
That's that fuck around, find out.
Anubis.
When you said King Leonidas, though, Big, I thought it was going to be in this season. I really thought he was going to appear in this season, but it's like
no.
The way they were talking about Hercules and then Jackman. Then when we get to Rain, I can't say his
name. Shiva. Yeah.
I was kind of like, oh shit. Well, that means we're gonna have some more shit coming along if they're gonna bring in Leonidas later on. So I was like, okay. I was like, we are gonna get something.
But imagine if Leonidas fights Anubis.
Oh my god!
No, that's crazy,
dude. Anubis is a savage god, dude. Like he makes Zeus and fucking Hades look like nothing
while being expressionless with a dog.
But you know what though? If Leonidas comes on the play, if they have him say, "This is Sparta," I mean, boy, I'm gonna lose my head on this.
Benzo kick somebody in the chest.
But watch. If he says this is Sparta, and watch Anubis come and says, "Who are you?"
Right.
His hands already through his chest.
and then Anubis is a giant Doberman. He's a giant Doberman, dude, with the power of destruction.
Total destruction.
Power of destruction. He's like, I am the god of the underworld, motherfucker.
Yep. Even Hades like, I ain't gonna bother him. Let him be alone.
I can't wait for that.
But see that's the thing. It gives us it keeps us in anticipation. That's the best.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I think because remember Beelzebub and Loki is still gonna fight. Like, what the fuck is Loki gonna fight, man? Hey, I think Loki's gonna fight.
Loki.
No. I feel sorry for Loki. I feel sorry for Loki because I think they just showed it when we saw it. Okita, Soji Okita's gonna fight Loki.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be the small samurai dude. He's fast and he's quick. He's like, like, oh yeah. But Loki's dude.
They were the ones that were about to go at it at the fountain, right?
Yeah.
That's why he was like pulling out the blade, going, "I can fuck them all up right now." And
Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. No, but see that's the hype thing. I love that shit. But anyway, okay, now we got to get to Raiden and Shiva.
And I like Shiva. Shiva's pretty chill. But go ahead.
I love Shiva, man. I love Shiva. Like they kind of made him look like a little bit of a. At first they kind of when they did the thing where Zeus said, "No, I'm gonna take over you." It's like they kind of made him look. They kind of like made him look like, how do you say it? Like he's second rate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
But when I saw him fight, bro, I was like, oh shit, dude. It's like, damn. It's like, I was like, damn, and you know what? And I. Of course, we want the humans to win, man. But this guy just like Shiva, dude, is like like you could tell he's like he didn't give a shit, or he's like a normal person's like, this is my life. I'm a god. I gotta do this and that. And then when they gave him a backstory, I was like, Shiva has a backstory, and I'm like, he fought his own best friend and almost killed his own best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then he even backed down from his best friend and said, "Look, I'll give it to you. Here, take it." But he says, "No, you're the strong one. You got to do this. You got to carry this." So he carries 1,000-something gods in his hands, in his power, dude. That's why he's so strong. I was like, even Zeus and Ares were like, "God damn, this fucker's a lot stronger than we thought what he was."
Yeah, and it's kind of funny when you see that, because his gods criticizing other gods, even though they're all like super badass. So it's kind of funny to see.
No. Take it away from there, Sam. Huh? Take it away. Take it away from there.
I'm sorry. I just had
what you were talking about. Take it away. That Shiva. He was underestimated. They all underestimated him.
One thing that because I've gone back and I've rewatched, and I plan on doing the same, because no matter how many times you've seen it, like for instance, that scene just solely at the water fountain, there was so much that happened in that just one particular scene to do with the fish and the gun, Buddha, the pop through the finger thing. I mean, there was like all that just kind of happened right then and there. So you have a tendency that when you first see it, you saw what happened, but then if you go back and see it, then you catch other stuff that you didn't,
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And I'm totally in the middle of actually trying to remember everybody's names. Like when you got those 7 that came, I'm like, all right, wait, I know that dude and that dude, but I don't know those. But anyways, I figured that, little by little, all that'll come up. But Shiva
was dude. Shiva was a savage.
What was really cool too is that if you notice, when he's all calm and chill, only 3 of his eyes are open. When he was pissed off, then But actually, that fight was kind of brutal in the way that it went through. With his whole going straight through his arm, and that's where. The other guy, Zeus and Odin, that were sitting up on top, where they took him more serious, because they were like, we know that he's a badass dude, but he just got fucked up. Hold up, because if we thought he was strong, now this dude just went right through his whole arm with his hand. So it was crazy. I liked the fight. It was a lot more brutal than I thought that it was going to get. I thought that was going to be, smack each other around. But then again, with the other past fights, that something brutal is going to come out of it. So when it started with the whole hand thing, and then they just started going blow for blow and getting wrecked. It was something to see draw on his power the more that he was kind of losing, but he was taking him more and more serious, especially like I said, once the arm got busted through, that's where he was like, yo, this dude's for real. Some dude's for real. But it was a fantastic fight.
Sam, when Shiva hit, when she was beating down on Raiden, and Raiden just took a knee, and then he's like, and then she was all smiling, and then Raiden says, he's like, I'm done with this. He grabbed freaking Shiva's arm and he crushed it, man, with his own power. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Zeus was like, oh shit.
Yeah. But that's when he started letting more and more of his power out. That he wasn't fighting so-called contained, withholding himself,
Yeah.
So he got to finally so-called fight freely. So mangling up his arm the way that he did was something. It wasn't punching.
And then Raiden's like, man, don't let me catch that arm again, because I'm gonna rip it right off.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then and Shiva never felt fear, but he said felt fear, but he's like, oh shit, like this fucker's okay, I gotta chill. And then, but when he did the Teppo, when you come, if anybody knows what Teppo is it's a constant palm strike to a tree. It's a constant palm strike to a tree, but you perfect it to the sumos, Japanese, they do it to perfection. And that's a part of sumo. And remember when Raiden said, look, man, look, because remember, fucking Shiva, dude, he surprised the shit out of me, dude. He was so badass. So he came out of nowhere with a lot of this stuff, bro. And he's like,
yeah.
I was like, man, I thought she was gonna be like a little pushover, like the way Zeus just pushed him out of the way. I was like, that's how I saw him. But then when I saw him fight, oh my god, this guy's fucking, he's serious, bro. He's really serious. And then, but remember, Walt, and remember, Sam, when Raiden's like, okay, I'm gonna fucking just end this shit, and then he fucking goes and he destroys Shiva's two other hands.
Yeah.
And then Ares and Zeus are like, what the fuck?
Yep, everybody was taken back at that moment. Yep.
and then, but the thing is, it played against Raiden, because his body couldn't take it no more.
Right.
He
was exhausting it all. Yep.
And the only reason why he was able to keep up was because he had
Thrud.
And that helped him out, because that's the only way he can unleash the 1,000, not the 1,000, the 100, tears. Yeah.
Yeah, the 100 tears, yeah. So, no, but that's what I'm saying, man. Go ahead. What?
No, I just wanted to backtrack real quick. The whole thing with Shiva. See, his whole thing is, he can fight, he can do this, but as he told Rudra when they were taking down the other Indian guys back then, he pretty much told him, well, I guess I have no choice. He's the only reason why he's even doing that too is because Rudra is pretty much saying one of us has to be the winner. One of us has to be the top god. And the only reason he's really doing this is because he's trying to show that, I have no choice but to be the top. I have to be the best, because he didn't really care, but he's doing it in that sense with Rudy, because, he could have just died with it, but he's got to be top of what he's doing. And what he was doing, he got it both. He got three of his arms fucked up, pretty much. But it's like, I can't.
But bro, I don't want to cut you off, bro. He beat Endra. You know who Endra is? Who Endra is in mythology, bro?
Actually,
Endra is the Hindu god of fucking lightning.
I never heard. Okay, you're schooling me.
It's like Thor, but Endra is the god, is the Hindu god of lightning, and he was like, Hendra said, "I'll take you both on at once," and that's when, and it's funny how Rudra beat Endra, and then freaking and even she was like, "Man, you beat the best guy, bro. Who else do we have to beat? Who else do we have to beat? Let's beat each other." See, okay, look, this is where I'm going to tell you this, guys. Straight up. This is me, man. I've had, like I said, I'm ex-fighter, ex-boxer, ex-MMA. I fight anyone and everyone. Even if they're my best friend, I said, look, man, you want to fight? Let's fight. Let's see who's better. You beat me, okay, cool. If I beat you, okay, whatever. See, I understand the concept. I understand the concept of Rudra saying, "Oh, I want to test Shiva." I'm the same way, and trust me, I've lost. I fought my friends. I fought my friends who were better than me, and they beat my ass. But I told them, look, man, I want to fight the best. I want to be the best. Either you beat me or you don't, whatever. That's that's the whole point, man. Like I told you, like what I say, man. I always want to exceed my expectations and be better, be stronger. That's the whole. That's the whole point. This whole point about Rudra and Shiva, I've done that, man, and I've gotten my ass beat. Like I mean, I beat their ass too, but they're like, fucking Daniel, you took me to my limit. And well, that's the whole point. You wanna make yourself strong on stuff like that. But like you said, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Shiva. No, go ahead.
Because like I say, when something like this, even though it's an anime, even though it's something just playing, it
hits home. It hits home.
Yeah,
it hits home. Yeah. No, but go ahead. Keep on.
No, I'm just gonna say, because I think that's the thing, knowing that, and that's the thing I like about shows like this or anything else, when they take something that is real world, there's real, essence in what we live through, and it affects us. Because I know I've seen many animes, I've seen some other films, but when they touch on something that I'm pretty sure, like you, Sam, you've seen some films that touch on something that you've experienced in life.
Oh yeah.
And it hits close to home. It's like, wow, I guess I'm not the only one who was affected by this. I wasn't the only one who went through or was exposed to this kind of event, because they're showing it here, and it's like, okay, this is why, like you, Daniel, you can sympathize exactly what Shiva went through, because you've had to you've went through that. You went to that kind of exposure of knowing that, hey, I need to be the best. I need to fight this. It's like, that's the thing I feel is really bringing home in this fight with Shiva, because he's really, has to prove that he is what he is, It's like, and the thing is, he was always, outgoing, whatever, when we shoot the backstory.
You love the dance. You love the dance, bro. You love the dance.
Yeah, I love the dance.
In a minute.
I give that to him.
If I could find an Indian dance, I would do it too.
I was swinging it.
Right.
No, because you know what, like I said, if you do deep dives into Shiva, dancing, especially in Indian lore, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And I always do my research, man.
Yeah.
That's why I respect Shiva and I respect Rudra. And it did touch home, man. It's like, what Raiden did. You see, what Raiden did, bro, was honestly, he did anything any person would do, like I would do. I did the same thing as a human. But when you're a god, he's like, dude, I have to fight this, and this, and I had to fight this person, that person, a constant fighting. I've been there too, but it's like you can only take so much. You can only freaking. There's only to a point where everybody has a breaking point. I don't give a fuck how tough you are. I don't give a fuck how tough you are. We all have a breaking point.
Very true.
Some people and I'm telling you right now, I think for myself too. I think like I keep pushing, but it's like you don't want to give in. Some of them don't want to give into that mindset that you're going to, this is it. This is the final roundup. But unfortunately, life will teach you. Well, fate will teach you another thing. It's going to say, no, you're going to have to hang up whatever you've been going through. Yeah, you're going the extra mile. You're going to do all this. You've done all this, but you're going to have to come to the realization that this is coming to an end. This is going to have to just be no more. And I think that's another thing that's kind of real world right there that brings up all of us. Like myself, I have to face the fact that something that I was, so in bed with and whatever, it's like, it's not going to come. It's not, look, yeah, you might love this, you might love doing this, but you've got to come to reality that this is not going to last. It's not. It's going to come to a bitter end.
Nothing in life, bro. All of us can say, man, nothing in life is given. Nothing in life. I mean, we're given life, but outside of that, who's gonna give us anything? Nothing. No one. We have to gotta do, unless it's our parents, whatever. We get that jump. After that, it's nothing, man. We have to work and do whatever we have to do for ourselves.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, man, and this is what I like I said about like what Shiva's character and what he said about Rudra. I'm surprised they went through it was a god kind of type of win like through, but it's like, hey man, you went through this. Like, dude, I understand it. Like, I'm pretty sure Sam went through the same thing. It's like in our lifetime, bro, nothing was given. We had to work for everything.
You had to earn that.
Very true. Mm-hmm. Very true.
Everything was given through either blood, sweat, or tears, bro. And for me, man, this is why I love this show so much, because they give the backstories, but the gods is, see, I'm already being biased, and I shouldn't have been that way in the first place, but I always thought like the gods had everything. The gods have everything. They have immortality, but then the way they were the way they actually perceived Shiva was like, Shiva is like, you were given something. You were given the most powerful god, this and that. And then look, a sumo motherfucker who's a human chopped off 3 of his hands. Motherfucker couldn't even fucking do anything, and he was scared. He said he was scared.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, bro.
That a god is becoming frightened by this.
I mean, did you guys see when Shiva went like this, and then freaking Raiden just crushed and destroyed his arms
straight through? Or actually, he was doing it bit by bit as he projected through finally.
And then even Zeus was like, "That is unimaginable power."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I would never think that he was able to do that, but it shows that you can meet somebody who's probably going to he wins the fight, but the thing is, you don't know what that person that you're fighting against is capable of. We all gonna fight them.
Not only that, Raiden died.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he wasn't gonna win. So what do all Japanese do? Like samurai, they go down with honor.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Even though a lot of us, like you say, like I can't speak for Sam, or I speak for Jedi, but I mean I'm saying Sam because I just started talking to Sam. But if he's a Godzilla fan, we're all about Japanese culture. We love Japanese culture, and actually Japanese culture can taught me a lot of stuff, bro, because a lot of Mexicans, bro, like, because I'm Mexican, a lot of Mexicans just, they don't give a shit. Like, when they know they're gonna die, they don't care. They're like, I'm gonna die, que me muero, si me muero, la chingada, I'm just gonna move on. No, not, I don't think that way anymore, man. I value my life, and I value everything about every single person in my life. That's the thing. And that's what I mean. Like, in the Japanese culture, bro, they live by the sword, die by the sword. And a lot of
it's kind of interesting you say that, Dan, because it's kind of weird because I'm gonna just say this real quick though. But when I first discovered Godzilla, it was just all about Godzilla and the monsters that inhabited his world, But as time progressed, when I got more into the culture, the philosophical aspect of what Japan was all about, Eastern philosophy, it made me realize that I've had that even as a child, but I didn't realize that at that time that Japanese culture really opened my mind to the fact that you had something, but you didn't know what to put a stamp on it in terms of what it's called. And for me, I have been more philosophical about a lot of things because I'm an observer of life. And when I observe things and see how things are done or said or taken away, I realize this is pretty much how Japanese do this. This is pretty much how their, mindset goes. They could be as human as anything we do, but what they really do, they break down any minute I'm talking about to the microscopic essence of it. Yes, and it's like you really get the fact that that's how they do. Because look at look like we talked about the anime. Look at anything that they do in their culture, film wise, books, art, and whatever. There's a message.
They put their whole heart into what they do.
Yes. They put so much pride into what they do. I mean, you could say that, okay, we're looking at a kaiju film. They don't put nothing into that. No, that's so not true.
Yeah, they do.
Exactly. That's such bullshit. You watch them films. I watched them films again when I got older. I was like, shit, this is something very meaningful. There's something in here that the common person would not grasp. And I'm somebody, I'm pretty sure you guys.
Well, I'll say this, man. Let's finish off this one because we're almost done. Then we'll get to the real. We'll get to the real shit because I think we need to shoot the shit, especially that we got Sam,
right.
Homeboy. So okay, so Raiden fucking pretty much beats a shit out of freaking Shiva.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Shiva knows that he has to go to his last fucking thing. See, if Shiva would have went toe to toe with him normally, she would have been like, no, I got to do this. Why did Shiva have to power up?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or am I wrong?
No. True. Because he had to have some. Yeah.
Right. Held something in reserve.
Shiva had to go into he had to go into Diva. No, he had to go into Diva Loca. And I'm like, okay, well, Raiden's are like, well, dude, I'm already. He severely hurt Raiden.
Yeah.
But Raiden didn't give up. I was like, dude, you think that's gonna fucking hurt me? Whatever, dude. Let's go at it. But what I loved about it, man, it's not just because of the samurai or the Japanese style, bro. Not even that, bro. The way I grew up, man. If you're gonna fight somebody, you fight them to the death. You fight them to the end. That's it. Either you live or you die. See, that's how I've always been. Like, you can ask. Well, that's how I live. That's how I live, dude. Like I've seen
100% of what you do into
that. Like see, but remember, it's an anime. So when Raiden died, I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking pissed. I was like, oh no. I was like, this guy. I mean, he gave everything, and but then when afterward, like 2 minutes later, I was like, well, it's a fucking god, man. It's fucking Shiva, bro. The god of destruction. Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey, whatever. So I sucked up my shit, and then I went, and then when I saw that when Shiva was going in, he killed Raiden, destroyed Raiden, and he walked up to Zeus and said, look, man, look what he. And Zeus even said, look what he did to you. He was like, yeah, I'm fucking. I had 4 arms, now I only have 1. Mm-hmm. So it's like, but then he said, humans are amazing creatures.
Mm-hmm.
and then even Zeus is like, yeah, they are. Because when Zeus saw that Raiden destroyed Shiva's 2 arms when he was blocking, he's like, holy shit. It's like, we can't take shit like that. Like, we can't. That is he's like, how do you say when somebody looks at it or in a work, it's like, no, that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable.
That's right. Completely.
Yeah.
You're like, that is unacceptable. You cannot see, and him, he's thinking, shit, like, if this human being can do this to us, fuck. Imagine. I don't have Ares. I lost Hercules. Who else is gonna fight for us? Anubis. But remember, I just think, man. Well, like I said, to finish the fight off with Raiden and Shiva, it was a good fight, and Shiva gave him respect, and I like that. I like that they gave him respect and everything. But man, after that, bro, and then after that, then we go to Zeus looking for Buddha. And what does Buddha do? What does Buddha? Buddha's like me, bro. I eat a lot of sweets. Like I eat a lot of sweets.
Still sucking on lollipop.
Saying, I was like, whatever. And then it's funny how Zeus looks at him and like, I want one. And he's like, fuck.
You're right, yeah.
And then Buddha just eats them all in one shot. He's like, "You're such a stingy bastard. You're such a stingy this." And Buddha's like, "Dude, what else you want? What else you want? What do you want?" See, that's how you know what Buddha was probably like the way we were when we were teenagers. And he's like, "I don't give a fuck what you think, what you say, what you talk about." Like, but then what I loved about when Buddha grabbed Zeus's head and said, "Enjoy the show."
He proved. See, he right then and there. He proves like, you want me to fight? It's like, okay, pretty much that. That's you didn't have to ask me twice.
Why do you think that Zeus didn't react when Buddha said he was going to fight for the humans?
Oh.
I don't think he was. Sam, say add on that, bro.
I was gonna say I think that Zeus is very leery because he understands not to underestimate Buddha because he can probably see him for what he can really be like, where he knows now that he chose to fight for humanity that that's going to be a biggie because Buddha's pretty badass from what it seems so far. So I can't wait to see what he actually does if he does get into the ring, which I'm sure he's gonna. I look so forward to the fight when he does.
Too, because when Buddha came out, he's like, "Oh, this is the one fighting for the gods," and he walks all the way to the other side and stands on the humans, and he's like, and then Heimdall comes up to him and he fucking just takes Heimdall's horn. He's like, I'm gonna fight for the humans. Thank you.
Right. Big announcement and shit.
Wow. Yeah.
And then when he hears that, they all hear it and they all get mad and he points at Zeus, bro. He gets his scepter and he goes at Zeus. Is like, he says, he's like, any god who gets in my way will be dead. See, dude, the last person I thought that would save humanity was Buddha.
Yeah.
Right.
But Buddha is like, dude, look what he did, bro. He's like, I think he's even more stronger than that, bro. And even Loki's like, see, if Loki wanted to take him out, he said, "Oh, let me fight him."
Mm-hmm. No, Loki knows. No, see, he's smart enough. No.
Like even Zeus, dude. If Zeus does not talk down to him, imagine, dude.
Right.
Like I told Walt, what was your impression about Zeus? I mean, not Zeus, but freaking Buddha.
I ain't gonna say a clown. I'll say he's just a very flamboyant surfer dude kind of person, because he's, just riding the waves of whatever comes near him, but he's like, I'm gonna ride this wave hard. And you're gonna be impressed by how good I do it, It's like, wow. It's like, because he's, like I said, he's a muscle man. He's this and that, He's a pretty boy, pretty much, but he is somebody not to take lightly because you see what he can do, you see what he's able to do, I
mean, dude, when before Kojiro showed up, he said, "Hey, you guys want to fight me? Let's fight."
Yeah, he was down for it.
Let's fucking fight. You want to fight? And then that's when Kojiro comes. Man, why are you guys in heaven so fucking loud?
Right.
I know I would be if I'm becoming an old man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm becoming an old man. Sam, I'm 40. I'm 42, bro. I'll be 43. I'll be 43.
Alrighty.
I know I don't look it, but but Walter, Walter's like, Walter tells me every day, mother, he's like, "Motherfucker, you're getting old. getting old. But I would be like, I'm carrying my sword. It's like, man, why the fuck are y'all motherfuckers making so much noise?
Right, it makes it relatable, don't it?
Right?
I'm like, I mean, why you guys like, bugging this guy? He's not doing nothing.
Right.
And then Kojiro says, well, I hate the fact that you guys, all of you, it's like 8 of you, and it's only 1 of him. So why the hell you guys, I said, I hate bullies. He says he hates bullies. So he's like, and he tells the Buddha, you have my sword.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kojiro knew. He's like, that's Buddha. I think he knew that's Buddha. And then here comes Soji, and here comes another guy from the Shinzen Gumi police unit. Yeah, but this was 18 something, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a badass. He had a big cleaver, bro. He had a cleaver the size of my fucking body.
Yeah.
And they come up and they walk up to say, hey, we hear all these swords and all these guys talking, man. You guys talk a lot of shit. So what the fuck is going on?
Right.
He's like, you're picking on one god, and then you have an old man, and then what's us?
Right.
And then it's like that. I was like, wow. I was like, I didn't know that Japanese back then, like, were like, gangsters back in my day. Were like, oh, what, que puto? No, like, que puto? You fucking with my homeboy? Well, I got one homeboy here, got one here. Like, I was like, wow. But it was so gratifying. But anyways, now we get, like I said, Buddha. Anybody who gets in my way will be
dead.
Yeah.
There you go, and there you go.
Dead. Buddha saying he's gonna kill somebody.
He's gonna kill somebody.
That's gonna be some shit.
How bad of a shit?
No, but see, there you would think that they would do something, but he pointed straight at Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I told you, I don't follow anybody else's. And he can go to Odin too. I think he could take Odin.
That's why you see, Odin didn't say much. He was just chilling there.
Yeah, Odin was
do all the talking. Yeah. Like you said, even the birds ain't say shit.
Right.
No kind of interaction whatsoever. Just that's it.
Okay. Well, besides that, I'll get your last take on that scene, because it was beautiful, man. I'm pretty sure you guys waited to the end, and I was surprised that when freaking Buddha did that, and Buddha's like, I'm gonna fight for the humans. Thank you. Right. But I was laughing my ass. I was like, no, whatever, and he did. And then when all of them got mad, and then you just see Buddha like give him his face, is like, if any god gets in my way, they will end up dead. And I was like, wow, dude, like freaking, like Loki, he gets mad because he knows he can't take him.
Right. Drives him
crazy. And then I already know who's gonna try to fight him, but actually, no, I'll tell you, I won't spoil it, man, because I think there's gonna be a season 3.
Oh, definitely.
That's what it has to be. I mean, you can't leave it on that note. If you do, it's like, no, you cheating somebody.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this game is. Oh, anyway. Well, I'll be right back, guys. You guys talk away. We'll finish it off. Sure. Just do your thing. We'll be. But hey, man, Buddha. I swear to God, man. I swear to God, I love that guy.
Oh. Well, let me ask you this, Sam, because you probably gave your 2 cents, but just your impression of Buddha in your mind. What did you think?
Like I said, straight off the bat, to me, he's like a laid back kind of, like you said, California surfer dude. Just got that type of attitude, very chill with everything. Ain't looking for a fight, but will readily jump into one if one presents itself. Yeah, I can see it if he's so-called bored.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I love his character just because he's so carefree, but yet has such immense power. You know, he knows that he can do basically whatever he wants, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him. Or well, they could try, but he's gonna do what he wants regardless. That's what I really kind of like about the character. He's kind of comedic, not wanting to be, but yet has a vast amount of power. And I just can't, like I said, I can't wait to see him thrown into the ring to see what what he comes out with. Because he just did that little simple thing with the lollipop, little stick.
He chucked it home,
you know, and I can't wait to see more because I definitely
because I'm gonna tell you something right now. I mean, you think some of these characters, you know, it's like, okay, they're never really gonna stand out. They're never really gonna be much of anything coming into play. But it's like, well, when we see Buddha, I know for me, it's like he's very intimidating, but at the same time, it's like he's not. He doesn't really care. It's like you know, whatever you throw at me,
right? Exactly.
Just do it, throw it away. You know, it's like so. It lets you know he's someone you don't want to take lightly at all.
Oh no, not at all. Like I said, when you saw the so-called respect in Zeus's eyes, because he tried to threaten him with the old gold eye at first, and you see that they both busted out laughing because they know that ain't gonna work. You know, they both knew it. So that's
like even Loki. Even Loki, man. Loki, like he went up to Loki. He's like, "Well, you want to fight, bitch, or what?"
Right.
He's like, "You want to fight?" Like, and Loki's like, "No, why would I want to fight? This and that." Like he's like, "No, dude." Like, see, that's what I like to.
On that one.
See, Buddha's like me, and Buddha's like me, man. I love flip flops. I love flip flops. I love to wear flip flops all the time. I love flip flops, and he was wearing flip flops, sucking on a fucking lollipop, eating candy, and like he's like
carbine all chill.
Yeah.
He wears it. He's like, I don't give a shit what it looks like. He's like, man, I wish, you know, he reminds me when I was young. He reminds me when I was young. I had no care in the world. No care in the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like that's the way he is, man. He's like, you know, and I saw him like, man, but oh dude, he was so imposing. Like, even though it doesn't seem like that, he was very imposing.
Even though he's all laid back, but he's buff as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's physically intimidating right off the bat, you know. But still,
you could say he's the biggest overgrown teenager in a sense. You know, I mean, he's grown it, but he's like you say when you said he acts like it's like now he is like a teenager. I think that's the best analogy to describe because he like so many teenagers like we don't care nothing about this. We're like we say we young, we can handle this. You know, we can do all this. Like that's pretty much.
See, I think that's where the difference lies because even though he doesn't give a shit and he acts like a teenager, but brilliant. You know, he's on point. He knows what's going on around him and all that. So carefree to an extent, but I see that.
I agree with you, Sam, because bro, we've been through there, bro. Like we said, we Latinos, we both Latinos, and you grew up in New York. I grew up in fucking hardcore Texas, bro, and we know that shit. We know what it's like. We know what it's like when people try to say, "Oh no, you are gonna do this." No. I'm not gonna do this. I will do whatever the fuck I want. And even if to fight you and beat your ass, even if I lose or I win, don't you ever say, "No, you're gonna." No. I'm gonna do whatever.
That's the words used, right?
Exactly, man. So, but anyways, like, see, but that's what I loved about. That's what I loved about Buddha, man. Buddha's like take no prisoners, like, you know. But you can tell he has a soft spot for humans because if he didn't do it,
right?
I think Brunhilde went to him.
I
think Brunhilde went to him.
I could see that.
She's like, I don't think I can do it. Okay, we lost Lubu, we lost Adam, we lost freaking Hercules. Who else? We lost Raiden. So those are top fucking heavy hitters, but it's not. But remember, it's not Nikita Koloff. It's not Soji Okita. It's not. It's not King Leonidas. King Leonidas. So I'm like, but I think, dude, I think this would do good. Like if it grows, dude, imagine we want to see Leonidas, and they even show I saw a part of a little snippet that when King Leonidas comes out, I don't know, it doesn't say who he fights, but he comes out with the same Spartan helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he has the same Spartan helmet, but he has the spear, but he has a sword, a big ass sword next to him. And I think he's gonna fight. I think he will fight Anubis, bro. It only makes sense. Who else is gonna fight? I mean, okay.
That's crazy.
I mean, who else do they have to fight? Zeus can't fight no more. Poseidon can't fight no more.
No, Poseidon definitely can't.
Ares won't fight because he's a little bitch because
right.
Hercules
all over the trauma, right?
Right.
So I'm like, so they're like, but Anubis is a fucking savage god, dude. Savage god.
I can't wait to see him and his backstory and how they introduce him. It's going to be really interesting to see their take on it.
Yeah, because I had to remember he has a head of a dog, so it's like,
yeah,
well, how did he come into play? You know.
And Egyptian
comes straight up.
Yeah,
his helmet, the two things that come straight up.
And he'll be like, I will eat your soul.
Right.
Like that's what I love about Anubis, man. Well, we've all done a little bit of research on Anubis. I did more research on Anubis, bro, and dude, he's like the god of the underworld. Like, just doesn't care. Like, even if you hit him or punch him, whatever, he'll eat your soul.
That's it.
So,
and I'm
escalates like, pretty quickly.
Like, and I'm looking at, I know we all know Leonidas is a badass, but I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is he gonna do?
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
so we'll leave it at that. It was a great. Okay, so so we finish off season 2 of Record of Ragnarok with Raiden losing. Yeah, it sucked. It kind of sucked, but Raiden was smiling, bro. I was like, wow. It's like that's the way that's the way I'd be. Mm-hmm. Like I would love, it's like if I know I'm gonna die by somebody more powerful than me, I would fucking just go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm. Right. You bested me this day. Have at it. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Go out.
But I mean, it's like a warrior mentality, man. Like it's like I said, like I said before we get off. Walter knows my backstory. I don't know Sam's backstory, but me, dude, I came from nothing, came from the gutter, dude, and what I have now I'm grateful for, but I came from nothing, bro. And I've been this and that. Everybody's done this and that to me, but I never let it get to me. And like, it made me a better person now that I'm older. Of course, I'm fucking 40. I'll be 43, but
still a baby.
Warrior.
I was gonna say still a baby.
No, a warrior mentality. Like you see those swords, bro. You see the swords on my freaking shit, right? Mm-hmm. Like that. I try to follow a code of calmness when it comes to not all samurai were warriors, and not all samurai were killers. There's a sense of honor, a sense of balance. Yep. And that's what I try to follow. But I've always been from when I was growing, I've always been a warrior, man. I've always it never got me anywhere. All it did was get me to fucking jail and this and that. But I mean, I'm just letting you know that I'm glad, bro. I'm glad we got Sam on here, man. I'm glad we got.
I'm very happy that you guys had me. I'm telling you, this has been great. I've absolutely loved this. I can do this daily with y'all. This is fine.
And another thing is that I'm glad you love Record of Ragnarok, bro, because
I absolutely I love old Greek mythology growing up and stuff like that. Egypt, something's great. Had to do a big thing with that, so that's where my introduction to Anubis came from. But old Greek mythology, along with the old sci-fi movies, everything that encapsulated anything back in the day that had anything to do with sci-fi or mythology, I always embraced, and like you had stated, your living of so-called code of conduct, or that's what I call it, just code of conduct, in the way that you present yourself and bring yourself through. That's a daily struggle, as you already know. Don't need to tell you, but every day, better. Just do better. That's all you can do. Not every day. That's all you can do.
I'm glad, and you better go. You better go to G Fest.
Well, I'm going to try my best because I got my tax returns. I got seriously sitting right here in front of me on my desk. I got to do my taxes, and depending on the outcome of that is yay or shit. So hopefully, it'll be. Man,
hey, it is Boricua, bro. But you sound more Mexican than everybody I ever met, bro. Like you're like No, but like I said, man, thank you guys for joining on this. And like I said, I mean, I'm so glad to have met you, Sam. You're a real motherfucker, bro. Real motherfucker.
Thank you.
And like you said, man, I'm the kind of person like you can ask Walt, man. I don't just let anybody else on to shit like this, bro.
I'll take the opportunity to thank Walter just because of just that. Thank you very much for vouching for me and saying what you've said. Really nice, and the feelings mutual, bro. Oh, I'd love you to death.
You guys, like both you guys, bro, are like I said, real not top notch, real people, man. And as far as that goes, everybody else who's watching, the Sci-Fi Society, remember, we already know that Buddha is gonna fuck everybody up.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what happens.
I'm saying, I'm so ready.
He's gonna fuck everybody up. Pointed his scepter at Zeus and said, "Look, motherfucker, I'm gonna save humanity."
All right, it's gonna be interesting.
So that's where it gets good. But thank you guys, man. I mean, like, dude, this was badass. I mean, as far as it's only 2 hours, man, we made it fucking work. It was hot. It was hard.
Yeah.
Like exactly. Like this is the way it should be. This is like off the blue, man. Like out of the blue, real good stuff. And like I said, everybody else who watches the Sci-Fi Society, everybody in the Godzilla community, thank you all for watching. We are the Sci-Fi Society, the Sci-Fi Century, Daniel, Sam, Walter, Jedi Granville. So hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for the comments. Thank you all for jumping on. Thank you guys for just for supporting the channel. And we are out. Don't hang up. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet, Sam. Don't leave yet.
There you go.